Hey guys, we're going to be talking about Bless Online today. I just need to clear the air. There's a lot of trolls, a lot of haters in this community, and I'm going to put an end to it once and for all. I'm going to drop some actual facts and show you why you're all wrong about Bless. So there's a lot of misinformation out there like, we didn't get what was in Japan, we're getting less features than in Japan, and this is totally wrong. We've got so much more features, and the community is just so entitled, so ungrateful, and they don't even have brains to think thoughts. They're just like trolls and 2-year-olds. Niawiz has given us so much more content than on Japan. First thing we got, and this is so groundbreaking, is the rare PROC BG system. Just wait till you hear this. This is groundbreaking contents. So BGs are up for an hour at a time, and when you queue for a BG, it isn't guaranteed that you get in. No, that's what normie games do. Instead, in Bless, you have a 5% chance to proc a BG pop. Genius! So just wait a minute. I know you haters out there with your normie brains are gonna be like, that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Let me break down the genius to you. It takes a genius to understand a genius. If you get into the battleground all the time, it's just normal. You're just in the battleground. But what if it were a 5% chance? Then what does that do? When you get a pop, it makes you feel special. But here's the part that I didn't see coming. Niawiz made it even better. Like, how can you do better than Genius? Well, they did it. They did it. So when you get your rare proc, guess what's in the BG? Ogres! They're fucking ogres and they break your runes! Genius! So you get your rare procs and you're in the battlefield, and all of a sudden it's like you're in the Mines of Moria in Lord of the Rings. You're like doing battles, you're going to war, and you're handling your business, and all of a sudden the cave troll bursts in and then he breaks your fucking runes like boom, bitch! And that is just one new feature. So another new content that Niawiz put in that wasn't on Japan is hardcore mode. In Japan, it was really, really easy. You lived, you died, you res, you repaired your armor, but there really wasn't much consequences. That all changed with the Steam release. Now for the very first time in the world of Bless, there is perma-death. I know a lot of you out there think you're so hardcore, you play BDO, you play Dark Souls, but this new feature has exposed how much noobs we really have in this community. So Niawiz was trying to figure out how to make the game genuinely harder, and that's when they came up with the genius idea of permadeath. When you're playing, there's a chance that your character might die forever. And our community has so much noobs, they just can't take the difficulty that they're making support tickets begging for their characters back. And I'm just sitting here like, what the hell? Niawiz does all this hard work to make the game more difficult because you were all complaining that it's too easy, and now you want them to give your characters back? Like, why even have permadeath? And I'm not even biased. One of my own guildies and I were adventuring, we were having a good old time, we were camping bosses, owning noobs, taking the loots, showing them who's boss, and then all of a sudden he dies. And the noob relaunches his game and his character's gone. And I was like, duh. But what does he do? He submits a freaking ticket, stupid noob. This is the survival of the fittest. And he just didn't make the cut. I don't even talk to him anymore. Now with this third feature, this is where the haters just have to shut their mouths. Like, they can't even talk after this. This is where Niawiz shows that they are true innovators. So in Japan, they were already innovating with RNG. Like, when you run in a dungeon, you get your drop. It might be for your class, might not, but does it have a good rune? And then when you awaken it, does it have a good rune then too? That's pretty dope in my opinion. I honestly didn't think it could get much better. But once again, Niawiz assembled the council. And they debated, they put their minds together, and what did they do? They made it better. So in Bless, they introduced their patented formula of RNG. So you might ask, what's the big difference between RNG and RNG? It's like an inception inside of an inception of RNG. Like, what if a player kills a challenging boss? Okay, you with me? And then they don't even get a drop at all. Wow. So there's like an incredibly rare chance that you even get a drop. And this is added upon the one that we had before. But it even gets better. Like, there's a chance that when you beat the hardest boss, you don't get nothing, you don't get loot, but you get a gold bar. Let the mic drop. Let the mic drop on them, Wiz. So we're running low on time here, but I just want to quickly go through a few more features here to close this out. I think I've already made it pretty clear, but for those of you that still don't get it, I'm just going to drop a few more features on you. One new feature that I really appreciate in the Steam Edition is puzzles. We really needed more non-combat features in MMOs, and this one really nails it. Now what's really cool about Blessed Puzzles is it's more throwback to old sandbox titles. Like the devs don't spell it out for you and you have to figure it out for yourself. So you have to have a brain and use it and stuff. So for examples, you had the Dragon Ball multiplier continuum, you had the chili farms, how to make gold without chilies, the brightest minds have yet to crack this one, and my personal favorite, the .ini file. Like Wiz even found a way to make optimization into a puzzle. You can even do more like fly and stuff. Another cool feature is the herd system. So you know in other normie games, like where if the Zerg groups together and clumps up, they get punished? Well, I hate to be the one delivering the reality check, but that's not realistic. So the Wiz Council reconvened, and they came up with a better mechanic, a more realistic one that borrows from the wild. It's the herd system. In real life, if the herd sticks together, they stay alive. It's common sense. And it's those that spread out that get killed. That's exactly like it is in Blessed. Damage gets split among the Zerg if they stay together. I personally really appreciate more realism in my gameplay, and I think it was a fantastic decision. So I didn't even get to touch on all the features, but that's okay. Deep down, I know you are all haters, and it doesn't matter what I say. However, Bless Online is the best MMORPG that I have ever played. End of story.